everyone. Tao Overflows. These two sessions are slightly different. In this, I will explain the life of certain masters whose early life was uncorrupted. I may get a chance to speak on Buddha and Vivekananda today. Gautam Buddha was born 2600 years ago in a royal family. His father was of an advanced age. He did not have any children. Therefore, at an advanced age, Siddhartha was born to the parentage of Shuddhodhan and Maya Devi. At the birth of Vivekananda, at the birth of Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha, Maya Devi had the vision, and she dreamt a six-headed tusker came descending from the heaven, and it decomposed over her in the form of light, and the light entered her womb. She realized that this is an indication for the birth of a higher soul. There are different types of souls. Higher souls need a different kind of womb to enter into. Ordinary souls, after death, they can enter very easily without any problem because thousands of wombs are available. So, Maya Devi conceived. There was a gaiety. Thereafter, when she was going to her father's place and she passed through the forest Lumbini, where there were tall sal trees, and amidst she rested in the forest, and there while she was standing, Siddhartha was born. And it is said, when he was born, he took a few steps. This may be metaphorical, but anything that is metaphorical has a deep meaning in it. And after giving birth to Siddhartha, Maya Devi passed away. Then he was taken care of by his foster mother, who was the sister of Maya Devi, Mahamaya. And the father called the astrologers. Always there are astrologers and so who remain sycophants for the king and the royalty. So the elderly ones said he will be a great king whose fame will spread all around. The younger ones said, no, it will not happen that way. He will renounce the world and he will live for humanity. This did not please the aging father. So he tried to find out what arrangements can be made that he does not deviate from the path of inheriting the throne. So it was suggested that create an environment for him where all kind of happiness, prosperity and things are allowed for him. He does not see a difficult life, and also a palace was made where all kind of comforts were available. The Gardeners will pick up the yellow leaves before they fall, and it could raise a question in the minds of Siddhartha. Like that, he grew up. At an early age of 16, he was married to one of the most beautiful girls, Yashodhara. And there were many women, this and that, all kind of arrangements that could be possible was made. So his life, the 0 to 7, was not manipulated by any forces. He was not conditioned. And when it came to the second cycle, 7 to 14, he lived the sexual experiences the way it's supposed to be. He was married. There were many other women in the palace, and that's how he lived. And this sowed the seed of being independent, uncorrupted. So his life remained. One night it was a festival of dance and songs, a great celebration. Thereafter, when this function had finished, Gautam Siddhartha saw many girls, women were lying in a very awkward position after they were drunk. Some of them have the mouth slightly open and the flies were hovering. He got a kind of dislike for this kind of life. He went for a walk, a stroll, and there that was the turning point in his life. So whatsoever happened, he was in harmony. He was open to the divine forces to work in him. And it is said the three people, the sick, the old, and the dead body that he saw, they were past masters who came to pave the way for Buddha. This happens in the life of all those who are somewhere or the other connected with one another. So, in your life, always existence speaks to you in its own way. You may not understand this, but it always happens. Then, without any interference from anyone, he began to follow existing systems of that time, all the existing systems. There were about more than 1,000 systems were prevalent at that time. Buddha, Gautam did, Siddhartha did whatsoever was possible. Whichever master he went by, he told him whatever to do. He did it with his totality. Nobody could say that he has not done the things what he was told properly. So after that, when he did and nothing happened, he went to the master and said, I have done everything and it has not happened. His eyes was reflecting the truth. Whatsoever he said, that I did it everything as you told me, but nothing has happened. Thereafter, he said, only this much I have known. Beyond this, I know nothing. If you know anything or you come across truth, then you can let me know. This is how it happened. For 6 years he wandered in wilderness, here and there in the forest in search. And then at one time he lived on 1 grain of rice for 6 months, fasting, renouncing. Whatsoever was possible, he did it. But we have all the comforts, and yet still we do not have time. Buddha had to go and search all these things on his own. Here, These things are made available to you without any effort on your part. Yet still when you inquire, this one says that I didn't have the time to listen to the talk this morning, and things like that. And it continued. Then there were 5 people who were following Buddha because he was following the path of rituals that was prevalent at that time. When Buddha left that path and he went on his own path of meditation, path of inward journey, these 5 people felt that Siddhartha had soaked from his path and they left him. Then again Buddha continued. He became so weak, lean and thin that he was trying to cross the Niranjana river, which is a stony river, and he fell down. It was night time. He could not cross the river. He fell. As he fell, there was a tree leaning from the other side. He held on to the tree and starts watching the stars disappear in the sky one after the other. That time a thought came to him that what is the purpose of all this? I had done all the rituals, all the penances, and nothing has happened. What can I do? And even if at this moment enlightenment happens, I will not be able to do anything. Somehow or the other, as the last star disappeared, Buddha came out of the river, and he went under the Bodhi tree. That is the biological, the scientific name of the tree is very different. And this is one of the rare trees that emits oxygen during the night. Oxygen during the night. Normally, the trees they exhale or release carbon dioxide in the night. So it is said that do not sleep under the trees. But Buddha made a bed of leaves, a place for him to sit down. And that time, a woman named Sujata, she was fasting, and she felt and seeing a recluse in that way has been the great benediction of the masters of the gods, that I have seen this. So she prepared a feast of 49 different dishes and served it to Gautam. And he ate those. One of them was the sweet rice porridge. And he said now he can sit down. And he decided to sit down until the light happens, enlightenment happens. And then, so what was the most important thing? His early childhood, 0 to 7, 7 to 14, was uncorrupted. And thereafter, whatsoever he did out of his intuition and out of his own inner voice. As I said, there is energy flows within you that knows beyond our knowings. And if you are capable to listen to that inner voice, flow with that inner energy, your path is always clear. I thought that I would be able to speak all the different masters in one session, but it seems impossible. And I can go on and on. Even if I speak rest of my life, I will not be satiated that I have spoken enough. Many times in the past I spoke, but each time when I begin a new talk, it seems that it is afresh. Now, tomorrow's session, I will speak of another master, Swami Vivekananda, who was born on 12th of January 1863 and 4th of July 1907. He entered into Samadhi. Enough for now.